Morning, my friends. Afternoon, evening, whenever you're seeing this. Hi, I'm Dorothy Morgan. I am a professional astrologer. However, today, and in these little messages, Mercury messages, I'm calling them, we just pull up the energy of the day using astrology dice. They're called Astrodice. So fun. It's not what's going on in the sky, even though we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I also pull a card from this very earth-centered deck of cards, Oracle cards. I love them. Helps me to be very grounded. Hashtag aligned with nature, one of my hashtags. It's wonderful, right? So how do you feel today? We are in the final moments of Aquarius for this round of the sun, right? And at noontime, just before noontime Eastern here in the US, the sun enters the sign of Pisces. So generally speaking, when that sun is at a final degree of Aquarius, air sign, we could be spinning, right? Really spinning in our heads. And I'm finding I'm doing that too. I do not escape these, these energies, even though I can read them, right? So I don't escape them. However, we're about to move into the mutable sign, Pisces, which again, that's the final zodiac sign of the season that we're currently in. All right, so I'm going to roll these dice. I'm going to see what they have to say. Get my mouse out of the way. And what we have is, okay, we have Uranus in the sign of Aries in the third house. Now that's the roll of the die. All right, that's the roll of these guys. That's not what's going on in the sky. I already told you what's going on in the sky. And if you want to know more about that, please come and join me on my Patreon, because that's where the deep astrology happens. One way to support me, and I appreciate it. Uranus and Aries in the third house. So this really does, in a way, go along with the sun at those final degrees of Aquarius right now. And again, even whenever you're watching this, just know that if this message resonates with you, then this is what you're supposed to be hearing. So if you're spinning, that's what I call it, just going over the same thing in your head, making up stories. I do that. I'm an air sign. I think things through a little too much sometimes. If you're finding yourself doing that, then the energy of this roll of the dice tells us the same thing. Uranus is about, lots of thoughts and ideas. Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius, right? So there's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of ideas going on in our head. It's in Aries, so we're really thinking about us, right? So it's just, all of this self-talk, these thoughts and processes in our head are self-talk. So then it's in the third house. The third house is ruled by Gemini. Third house is also an air placement, a air house. So Uranus and Aries in the third house has pretty much like the sun at the very end of Aquarius, a lot of information and content that we just keep spinning and looping back around, and we're getting nowhere. Uranus wants us to get out of our patterns and habits and cycles, because we can only grow outside our comfort zone. All right, so that's what the energy of the astro dice are telling us. It really does match a lot with what's going on in the astrology of the moment, right? That final degree of Aquarius, very fixed signs. Those final degrees of the fixed signs really, again, it feels like we're rushing and we're late. That feeling when you're late and you're rushing and then everything happens because you're late. All right, what do we have here? We have Vision Quest. This is a beautiful card. This is absolutely fantastic card. I think I want it over here though. In earth-centered cultures, the Vision Quest was meant to go alone, right? To go out into the wilderness alone, to discover who you are, to get out of your head, to get out of the mundane processes of what's going on in your world, right? Especially if something's driving you nuts. Now, even if you don't have a burning question, it's still, this card represents that opportunity, or it's requesting, or it's just recommending, however you want to look at it, that we spend some alone time away from our regular routine. however you can. I know we all have busy lives, young kids, families, just everything, right? However, take your time, find some time for this, to get out into the wilderness or out into whatever is quiet and private and calming for you, and talk to your higher self, talk to spirit, and find out and see if you can get some answers to some questions. But you have to get out of the regular routine. That's what the Uranus energy represents here. And so try that. So if this message is strong for you, it certainly is strong for me. You guys, like I've told you many times before, this is what I do almost every morning. This is my routine. So I don't do it before you. Once in a while I do. So this message is for me as well, right? So yeah, I got to get out of the spinning process that's going on in my head, because who doesn't have a lot of stuff going on these days? Everybody. Find the way to step out of your regular routine and get into that harmonious place of present moment and just being. And then the answers will come to you. And even breath work works good too, because Aquarius is an air sign and we need that too. So that's one way. Even if you can't get out for a walk in the wilderness, you can at least, go hide in the bathroom and do some deep breathing, or the bedroom, or whatever's comfortable. So that's what we got. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you guys so much. And, the way you can support me here on YouTube is to share with your groups and your friends. If you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. I get it. And comment, not just in the live stream, but under the video too. That helps YouTube know that people are looking at it. They are crazy. Blessings, everybody. I'm house hunting today. Wish me luck. Take good care.